Okay.
Hey, we're back.
Done.
This is we tried doing this the first time, and now it's yeah, it fucking died on us.
So now we're gonna die.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a year, right?
Yeah. It was August actually, the last time that we uploaded one.
Holy shit! We almost came full circle.
Yeah, if we would have uploaded one, not August. I meant
August?
April. It was April.
Well, yeah. Wow, Jesus, it's been a long time. Our last video, not uploaded video, because I think we re-uploaded some.
Yeah, we re-uploaded
re-uploaded
a bunch of things, and we also did
editing stuff, right?
And we also uploaded the Mario video like a month ago.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I uploaded the Mario video.
Part 2, never coming out.
Well, you know, I uploaded it, and then I got a new job, and now I don't have time.
Fair enough. Now he has one job. He had 2 for a little bit.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Oh, and then there's me.
No job.
I have a job.
You don't go to it.
I contacted my manager, and he responded with,
No.
come in and talk to me on Monday morning at 9 a.m. And I was like, that sounds like you're gonna fire me.
And now it's Friday, and he still hasn't done it.
It's not Monday.
I said Friday.
I did contact him.
I'm messing with you, I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. Yeah, but people have come and gone. People have died. People have lived. Speaking of dying and living, what a transaction.
Transaction?
Shut up. Transition.
What a transaction.
What a transaction, he says. Speaking of dying and living.
Unexpected item in backing area.
Speaking of dying and living,
Ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah, we wanted to talk about ghosts and like whether or not we believe in their existence, or because I personally have not experienced anything. I don't know if like you 100% have not experienced anything.
I might have, but I'm not sure if it was ghosts or what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, there might have been something that you just didn't have an explanation for, so you couldn't just blame it on ghosts like immediately. Yeah. So I mean, I for one believe in that there might be like some spirits out there, you know, like roaming. But there are people out there that, you know, 100% agree and like will stick to their word, and if you say anything against it, they'll be like, they'll curse you. Bah. They'll be like, bah. But I for one really want to experience like ghosts. I think it would be a really cool, like interesting thing for me to experience, because it's like, boo, and you see the ghosts on TV, and it's like,
Boo.
I don't even think that would be what they look like, you know? I feel like it could vary from like balls of light to actual like people, but that seems more unrealistic to me. I mean, and not that any of this is realistic, but that if
Who says that you'll even see the ghost?
Exactly.
It might just like, it might be something that's completely incorporeal, you can't see it at all.
Yeah.
And like, it just kind of messes with the environment that you're in.
Which is still pretty scary. That's probably
Like,
the
who
worst.
says it even really messes with it? Like, you could just get a cool breeze and, you know, that was actually a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I always get like chills like in the middle of the night.
You know I get chills.
Yeah,
Because
it's
when I get a
terrifying.
chill, I shake violently
It's terrifying.
for like a second. And that's it.
It's literally just a whole like horde of people going through you. And once they're
It's
like,
just
let's
like
just scare the shit out of Jacob. And then they're
Yeah,
like,
it's a swarm
and you're
of
like,
ghosts. I was sitting there in like a mental asylum shaking violently.
But yeah, I mean, I want to experience like ghosts, so I want to go somewhere haunted or supposedly haunted, and like, you know, come face to face with the ghost and just be like, fight me, boy. I just square up with the ghost and just kind of shake its hand or whatever, say nice to meet you, get a Ouija board, even though it's 100% fake.
Luigi.
I mean, I don't want to say they're 100% fake, but they're made by Hasbro. So, that makes me a little, like, oh, it's just a thing to prank your friends with. But I feel like there could be some, like, voodoo shit out there. Made out of, like, redwood trees and, like witches, like, twig.
Which is twig.
But, I mean, I don't know. They used to believe in witches back, like, in the 18th century?
It was not even the 18th century, it was like the 19th century as well.
Was it at the beginning of the 19th century?
It was the beginning of the 19th century, maybe late 18th century.
Are you sure? We should look this up.
Fuck it, if we're wrong, we're wrong. We're just a bunch of high schooler kids.
Fucking, okay. I swear it's the 18th century. But, I mean, you could be right, too. I could be wrong. But, like, we could both be right, because it could just have continued for that long, But, they're, like, people used to kill women, like, or anyone they thought was a witch.
Yeah.
They used to burn them on the stake. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's just...
Yeah. That's crazy. So, like, imagine, we're here now, thinking, like, oh, that's crazy. People burn. Like, they're probably just normal people. But we're here, and watch it actually have been, like, real witches. And, like, they actually were, like, making, like, boiling invisibility potions and water breathing. They had their, like, cauldron and long-ass nose and broom. Watch that actually have been a thing. And we just, like, are too ignorant to realize that witches were real, but we got rid of them. So that's why we don't see them today. Or maybe we didn't get rid of all of them, and there's just, like, some still out there, we just don't know.
Mm-hmm. There's, like, there's a cult of them.
Yeah, somewhere. Fuck, that'd be terrifying.
What is it? A coven. That's what it's called.
A coven. Yes.
Yeah, there's just support your local coven.
Fucking hell. It's just like some random beat downtown, and it's like support your coven, and then, like, there's normal people there, and then the witches just, like, kind of get brooms and, like, run through the streets with them under their legs.
They don't even fly. They just sprint like a kid with a horse thing. Like, it's a stick with the horse head on the end.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. You just hear them, like, laughing. As they run downtown with, like, galloping on their...
they have, like... They're, like, holding a really, like, old cat that's, like, missing half of its hair.
Oh my gosh, you can see its ribs, and it's, like, all black, and it's like...
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa. Man, I want to see that. That'd be interesting. I mean,
I want to do that.
We live in a town that's very old, right?
Extremely old.
Yeah, and there are towns, like, all around our county that are just like this one, right? Mm-hmm. And they're just old, and, because we live on, like, train tracks, and, and people made these towns a long time ago, and they were, like, digging for coal.
There's a lot of history behind all these towns and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, especially in, like, Harper's Ferry.
Right.
And, Frederick itself.
Right. So, I mean, there is some crazy stuff in Harper's Ferry. Like, there's some buildings that are supposedly haunted. There's a church there that's supposedly haunted.
The whole,
right.
Blair Witch thing. That was literally right around the corner.
Right. We live by a bunch of old, like, towns and, crazy buildings and things that might have been abandoned. And it's like, I'm surprised we don't see any more, like, history on witches here.
Yeah.
Or, like, so-called witches.
Or the occult.
Yeah.
In general.
Exactly. But, like, if you go to Harper's Ferry, that has got to be one of the creepiest places to go at night. I don't know if you've ever been there at night.
I've never been there at night. I've only been there during the day.
Yeah, well, it's very nice. There's a lot of people around there.
It's very cozy during the day.
Right.
And I bet during the night it kind of feels out of place.
Yes, it does. And I went there on, like, a stormy day. So it was dark out. But it wasn't, like, it wasn't really dark out.
Yeah.
It was just rainy. And I was there with, like, an ex-girlfriend. And we went on Like, there's old, well, there used to be houses there. So it was, like, cut down, and it's literally the foundation of where the house used to be. So it's like bricks. Mm-hmm. And we were walking on them, and I just felt, wow, this is really, really creepy, because this feels like something, like, at the beginning of a horror
supernatural episode.
Yeah, or a supernatural episode, exactly. But we were walking by this church, and there's a sign out front of it, and it makes it. I feel like it takes away everything when they say haunted. When you write haunted on it, when you label it as haunted, I feel like it takes away the experience of it being haunted, right? Because it's like, hey, this is haunted. Okay, you say that, but that could just be going off one person, right?
Or just to get money off of it.
Exactly.
Like, you label a building haunted, you have to pay money to get in.
Exactly. You have to pay money to get in for this tour, to look at this haunted building. And that just takes away from it. So if it was haunted, I feel like everybody who goes in there would be less scared, less spooked out. Because, hey, it could just be them trying to get a quick buck off you.
And, they're more than likely not going to bring you into a quote-unquote haunted building.
Right.
Where you could get hurt and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, there are all sorts of, like, safety standards and shit for all this stuff, so, there's that whole safety net right there.
I actually just remembered my parents stayed the night in a haunted hotel in Seattle. I don't know if anybody knows this. I don't know what it's called. It might not even be in Seattle. I might be wrong. But they stayed in this hotel, and apparently on the 7th floor of the hotel, it's haunted. But every other one is kind of like not as haunted, but weird stuff could still go on. So my mom and dad they were in the elevator. They were on like the 9th floor. Okay, so that one was fine. So they're going down the elevator, and it stops at the 7th floor. Nobody gets on. Nothing. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of creepy. You're told that this is haunted, right? And you're told that this one floor is haunted, and then it stops. That makes me feel a bit weird, okay? It could have just been a kid who came and hit the button and ran away, but I don't even know if...
Or they have it set up that it sets up at the 7th floor.
So it could just be them being like, oh, yeah, nudge, nudge, pay an extra because this is a haunted place, right? It's fun.
Yeah. Fun for all ages.
Fun. But, I mean, there's so many different explanations for that. I think that people just take advantage of the word haunted, or even like old locations, and just be like, oh, this is haunted. If you pay me $15, you can come and look inside. That's why I'm so like, I want to say, that's why I'm so on the edge about things being haunted. Or,
skeptical about it?
Yes, exactly. Ghosts in general. But, I mean, I want to go to one of these haunted places that isn't like, you have to pay to get in. It's like you have to sneak in, right? You have to, like, get in there, and then you have to, like, be quiet, because if you're not quiet, the police will come. It would just add to the scariness factor, in my opinion. Because if you go in a haunted house at, like, freaking Disney World, you're not going to be that scared. But if you go to, like, a haunted house...
in the middle of nowhere with just your friends, and there's no one else there.
Exactly. It's terrifying. Or would be terrifying. I wouldn't know. But... I mean... I mean, that's a pretty good explanation for why I'm not that scared of haunted houses and stuff.
Yeah.
But... again, back to witches. Because we kind of branched off from that. But I think... like, what if witches were real? Like, what if... I mean, obviously they've had people, like, claim they're witches, right? Mm-hmm. But... and,
there are all sorts of, like, witchcraft books and shit, and there's, like, supposedly some, the Necronomicon and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people could have just been, like, crazy, back then. Because... that's also an explanation for a lot of ghosts and, that sort of stuff. Hey, this crazy person saw a ghost flying through their house.
Or there's the whole thing where it's like a like a something scientific that happened that they didn't understand at the time, like how people would say that like gods controlled the crops, and that's like how that if the gods were happy, then you get a good crop. No, it's actually just because you're in a fertile soil area, and that you're watering it properly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly, and that's like also saying, oh, I saw like this could be from like years and years ago. It's like they saw a comet overhead, like it shoots by. Oh, that's a UFO, because that's the first thing they think. They think, oh, I think that's a spaceship, right? And like
we had one of those moments last year, I think, at Simon's party.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember if you were back yet then, but there was this bright green light in the sky that shot across. It was like closer to like the ground than like what we'd think a shooting star was. It was probably either a shooting star or something like that. But it was like a bright green light that like hovered for a second and then went
It's probably like a drone or something.
Yeah.
I mean, this day and age, drones aren't that hard to come by. In fact, you see them a lot around here. Which is, well, I mean, because we're not in a bad like old community. We're in a newer one with more wealthier kids and more wealthier families. So, I mean, if you didn't see it 100%, I wouldn't like immediately assume that it was a UFO. I'd be like, oh, it's probably just
a drone.
Yeah, a drone.
There's all sorts of things that it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been like a passing by plane. I don't know. I'd be green, but other than that, like, because I always like personally, I always think of a logical.
Rational explanation
exactly.
for some way to rationalize it so that it doesn't change your whole point of view on like what you've known this whole time. Like, because as much as you kind of want to, you really subconsciously do not want to have your whole foundation of what you've known shooken so much to the point where nothing's the same it used to be anymore.
Exactly. I always try to keep an open mind to that stuff. But like, I think it'd be crazy if just one day I saw a ghost and then I started trying to tell people and they just were like,
didn't believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're crazy. You didn't see that.
Exactly.
I explained it all away with all sorts of different things. And that's, like, because we already do that.
Yeah.
Who says that one guy who said that he saw a ghost didn't actually see a ghost? Who says that he's actually crazy?
I mean, that's what makes it so hard to believe. That
you really never know. And plus, all sorts of people are trying to get out internet fame and shit like that.
Right, especially
nowadays. There's always some reason for someone to try to do something, like pull a stunt, like, here's a ghost.
Right, yeah. So, it makes it hard to believe in that stuff, But I want to. I think it'd be interesting. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think all that stuff would be interesting. I'd like to, go into depth of, people having, experiences like this. I want to, understand how they feel. I want to go to multiple people, see if they see similar things, and, kind of, kind of see if there's any connection there, right?
Yeah.
So, let's see if this one guy sees a whole finger, and let's see if this one guy sees, a blur. Right?
Yeah.
So,
if you were to show someone, not show someone an image, but if you were to set up a controlled experiment to see what they would see and see how they would perceive things, to see if maybe you send them into this place and you already have something set up that they will see, something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, because people's perspectives are different.
Yeah, everyone perceives everything differently.
Exactly. So that's what also makes there's so many factors that you have to take into
account.
Exactly. So is it by anything that might show light? If there's because it could just be
is it obscured in any way?
Exactly. It could just be an angle that someone's seeing. So let's say someone's going up the stairs, and then someone's down the stairs, and there's a light that shines in and it shines on the wall. The person going up the stairs isn't going to see it because they're not, in that room.
Yeah.
So they could be I saw a ghost, and the guy would be that's weird. I didn't. It's kind of, but
you're just on edge.
Exactly.
Reminds me of when we were in the tunnels.
Oof. Tunnels are creepy, bro.
But it was fun.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, the creepier it is, and if you're with friends, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, like that one point where I just went down for a little bit just because it was hot in that area, the tunnels, and I went lower.
It's creepy, right?
And
then you
I didn't have my flashlight on. I'm just looking around, and I was like, I'm gonna die down
here. You can
here.
imagine the first time like any of us have gone through.
Oh yeah.
Because I know you came in.
Yeah, the first time I went.
The first time?
The first time I went in. I don't know if it was the first time you all went in, but no, because you guys had gone in before.
Yeah.
The first time that I went in, we went in the entrance that we left last time.
Okay. Oh, and then went back through.
Well, no, we went in the open entrance, and we left through the smaller exit.
Yeah.
Over by the train station.
So the two.
That's when we did it.
Right.
And I had that stupid hoodie with me, and it got all wet, and then we went to the antique shop.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I don't think I was with you the first time, but that was my first time, and I was terrified because I've never done anything like that.
It's creepy.
And then the second time we went in there really, really late.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was the best part. But the first time we ever went in, we were on edge the whole time.
Oh yeah.
But like once we had gone through it, it's like we knew. Okay, we can get through this easy.
And then there was walking down the trail.
Right.
Really late.
And yes, terrifying. Pitch black is terrifying. It's like when everything gets darker, I feel like it wouldn't be like this. Like it wouldn't be scary. If there weren't like, okay, I don't know. Like let's say there were no ghost stories, there were no horror stories, were no horror movies, nothing like out there to show fear. Except maybe wild animals, because we're always in fear that there's something out there to get us. So would it really be like going on the trail? Would it really be as terrifying if there wasn't all this horror movie stuff?
I mean, I feel like we would still have the because we're in an unknown area.
Yeah.
A very dark area at the same time. I feel like there would still be that fear of the unknown kind of thing going on, but we probably wouldn't be as on edge just because of the fact that,
right.
there isn't all these horror movies and stuff that we have seen all these terrible things happening.
Yeah.
So we probably wouldn't have as many ideas running through our heads because we hadn't seen them already.
Exactly.
We might have a few things running through our heads and what we might see.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things that we thought, that we were talking about, like us seeing happening,
right.
were things out of movies and games and stuff.
So, I mean, people could just be basing their fear or, what they see off of this Hollywood, type, movies and video games.
Exactly. How do you find out that you have a fear of spiders? You either see a spider and you're like, I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah.
Or you watch a movie with a giant fucking spider in it and you're like, oh, no,
Now I'm scared.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
or
then
how do you find out that you have a fear of bugs? You watch that episode of SpongeBob where it zooms in on the fucking butterfly's face.
It's terrifying. But like you also think, where do people get these ideas? From real life. They got these from real life.
Mm-hmm.
They get these ghost stories from stories that people have told. They get, unless, exactly like monsters, like Frankenstein. That's obviously not real, but Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, all this stuff.
Anything by H.P. Lovecraft?
Yeah, made by humans. So they could have, put a little bit of their experience in there. I mean, obviously not with Frankenstein, but, with, like, ghost stories and stuff like that, that could, like...
They heard a rustle in the woods. Instead of thinking it was an animal, it was ghost. Ghost-to-goo.
Ghost. It's literally just
a
bunny.
It's a little bunny. It's a little tiny bunny.
Right.
And they're like, it's the ghost of my ancestor. Or, they... because they did use hallucinogenic substances, they might have perceived themselves seeing, like, their past, like, their,
right.
ancestors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, there could be the whole thing where, they're out there, using hallucinogens, and then, boom, they see their ancestors, and they're like, guys, oh, great ones.
Oh, great ones. Yeah. I think, you know how
it's just a rock in the woods.
You know how the Aztecs used to, like, sacrifice for crops and, like, for goods, you know, harvest? I think that was crazy. Like, where'd that idea come from? One of them was just like, I really hate this guy, so I'm gonna kill him, and then tell everybody that it was just because I wanted a great harvest. And then luckily that year,
a great harvest.
Yeah.
And that's why. Exactly. And then, you know, if they don't have a great harvest, the sacrifice was not worthy enough. We must do more.
Exactly. So they add more people, or animals, and then it just grows out of proportion where this guy was just literally just like, I wanted to kill him. So I killed him, and then told everyone so they wouldn't kill him. So, I mean, there's like, I think it's fascinating with history when you look at sacrificing and, you know, what people used to do for either their gods or to get, you know, to achieve or, you know, obtain good
whether it's
causes
monetary
or,
value,
exactly.
something like physical,
right,
or literally just to
gain access to
heaven or their afterlife that they wanted.
Exactly.
Like how the pharaohs of Egypt, they would be buried with all sorts of possessions. Like there was the one pharaoh who was buried with a whole boat so that he could sail the Nile River to heaven.
Right. Which is freaking crazy, but
there was this one, I cannot remember for the life of me which civilization this was, but they would put like pennies on the eyes of their dead so that they could pay the toll to get into the afterlife.
Well, that's weird. I've never heard that.
You've never heard of that?
No. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
and think about, like, we still do certain things like that now.
Yeah.
Like, we dress our dead in their
fancy
best
clothes. Exactly. And then put their, you know, most valuable possessions on them, like watches, rings, you know, maybe even earrings if they have it. Along with, you know, sometimes they have possessions in their coffin. Right?
And some people are buried with their pets.
Which is bizarre.
Yes.
I can imagine, like, a very healthy cat and an old cat lady dies. And they're like, in her will, it says, please bury me with my cat. So they kill the cat. And oh my god. They don't even kill the cat. They just throw it in there. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. I mean, I always like to look at different cultures' like version of, you know, heaven. Mm-hmm. I think it's really cool about the Day of the Dead and, like, you know, where all the Mexican culture, right? Because that it just looks really cool. It's very vibrant, and, you know, they're like, oh, there's skeletons down there, you know, or up there or whatever. And
they're paying respects to their, like, ancestors and stuff like
which
that.
I think should be important to everybody. Oh, yeah. You know, just putting a gravestone down isn't enough, in my opinion. I feel like visiting it a little bit should be okay. I mean, I used to visit my great-grandmother's. We used to, like, give her flowers and leave sometimes. We don't live that close anymore, so we don't do it as much. But
every time we go up to New York, we visit my grandfather's. My grandmother, I have her ashes.
So, I mean, remembering the people that are gone, I feel like is an important part of the afterlife. I don't know if that's, like, 100% true with, like, their whole, like, what they experienced. Like, if they don't have, you know, their pictures up or whatever, they'll kind of just be forgotten and disappear out of that heaven. Or I don't even know what it's called. It's like Land of the Dead, something like that. You know what it's called? No. No. Yeah.
Are you basing
yes,
your
I'm basing
information
this off
with
Coco? Yes. I know some of it.
I was like,
Alex, you're basing this off the Disney movie, aren't you? And I'm just like, no. Maybe. No, I've looked into some of the culture. We used to do projects in school about it, you know.
I learned about it in Spanish 1 last year, but I don't remember anything from it because, you know,
Spanish.
it was a lot of information to take in.
Oh yeah, it's a whole culture. I mean, I learned about it in Spanish 1 as well.
Plus, we weren't quizzed on it, so it wasn't really in my academic, you know, trying to get good grades mind. It wasn't all that important.
Right. I just thought it was interesting. But, yeah. Wow, well, there you go. We just talked about dead people for 30 minutes. Holy shit. Hopefully it doesn't scare you and leave you with thoughts and dreams.
Well, do you have any ghost stories?
I told about one with my parents already, but do you want me to tell the one with my grandparents?
Do you have any other?
I don't have one personally. I might have when I was little, but I feel like those memories are gone. Because I do remember being scared of something, I just don't remember anything about it. Actually, yes I do. Yes I do. Back in my old apartment, not apartment, townhouse, we lived in a townhouse. Back when we lived in the townhouse, I had my own room, and I was sleeping, and one night I woke up. Couldn't move, you know, obviously.
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, sleep paralysis. I was terrified because I didn't know that. But I look up and I saw a shadowy figure in my doorway. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, you can't speak. You can't like move.
Yeah.
In this thing. And then it moved towards me. And it got closer. And I'm like freaking out. Why can't I move? When literally it's just natural. Like,
Yeah. It's just when your body goes into REM sleep,
exactly.
it makes it so that you cannot move, so that you don't, like, sleepwalking and hurt yourself, shit like that. And some people cannot produce the chemical that does that, and that's why sleepwalking occurs.
So, I'm just laying there, and obviously it's like a waking dream. Oh, well, that's my explanation for it. But a waking dream, you know, you wake up and you still see some of the dream. It's gone. But this shadowy
shadows and
damn it. The shadow walks over. It's like a dark figure. It's not really a shadow. I don't really know how to explain it.
It's just my
walks
neighbor.
over, like looks at me, and then I, jerk myself up. Like I shocked myself awake. Like, it was a nightmare. So I was like awake and up, and I was moving. So I was just like, I was terrified. I was little. So I got scared and I ran to my parents' room. Now, if I saw that, I think I'd freak out still.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's still terrifying.
Yeah. At my old house, when I was living in Walkersville, sometimes, like, in the middle of the night, like, sometimes I'd be awake, and maybe I was playing my DS, maybe I was just, like, couldn't sleep, whatever, trying to be cool and, not go to sleep.
Right.
Feel dead the next day. But, sometimes, like, I see, kind of, like, misty, kind of, like, fingers at the end of my bed.
That still freaks me out. I see
And,
stuff like that sometimes. And
Like, they weren't, like, the, like, small, like, human fingers. They were, like, extremely long. And, like, I don't know, it just kind of looked like they were, like, coming up over my bed. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Age 6.
I feel like I still have stuff like that, where it's just the imagination wandering, You're up late, it's creepy, right? So, I'll be laying in my bed, and the lights will be off, TV will be off, it's dark in my room, and I'll look up and look down at my feet, and then I'll see, like, that it's higher than it's supposed to be, like the shadow, like the darkness, like you can't see, like it's like a shadowy, box, right? It's higher than it's supposed to be, and then past that it's just like normal darkness, so it's like extra dark, and it just gets more scary.
Advanced darkness.
Advanced darkness. Yeah, but it gets scary sometimes. But then there's me who likes to stay up till 4 in the morning. I don't turn off any lights anyway. I just kind of keep my TV on and watch something or play something. Play Fortnite. But when you're playing something like a video game that isn't scary, like Mario or Fortnite, or like even watching something, you don't get scared. I mean, I don't at least.
Or there are those times, where we stay up really late and we're like hanging out.
Yeah.
And we throw on like just creepy videos and shit.
And we get terrified, and then we're like, why are we?
You get terrified.
Well, fucking other people get terrified too.
Who?
Dylan.
He wasn't scared.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
I'm creeped out.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay, he was scared when we were doing shadow puppets, and he thought that we were going to...
That wasn't even the scary part.
No, he was looking down your hallway, and he thought that, like, some fucking, like, ghostly head was gonna come out down the hallway.
We're 17, ladies and gentlemen.
Doing shadow puppets.
Doing shadow puppets. And probably 3:30 in the morning.
It was definitely, like, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Because, like, an hour later, there was light outside.
Yeah.
And we were like, we should probably go to sleep.
Yeah, we went to sleep, and then woke up, and...
2 hours later.
Yeah, some of you were gone. Yeah. Well, I gotta take a shit, so I'll be right back.
Alright. Yeah, we good.
Alright, I'm back from my shit.
And I didn't do anything.
So, dead people, pretty neat.
But now, let's talk about alive people.
Alive people?
Alive people.
What kind of alive people?
Kanye West.
Oh shit, Kanye West, alright. What about Kanye West?
You said it like you had something to say, and then you're just like,
shit.
what about Kanye
What
West?
about Kanye West?
You're like, yeah!
Do you have anything special about him? Because I have some stuff
No, I
that I
just
know
pulled
about.
something out of my ass.
Okay, well, Kanye West, like... Okay, so Kanye West went on, this was a long time ago, shit. No, I probably shouldn't talk about this. Irrelevant now.
Yeah.
He wears that Make America Great Again hat. And, like, people...
MAGA.
Yeah, people hate him for it. You know, because people are very anti-Trump.
Except for those who aren't.
Exactly. But the people who are against Trump are very anti-Trump. You know, it's either you really hate Trump or you really like Trump.
Or you just don't care.
Exactly. But
To be honest, I could care less.
But the anti-Trumps really hated it. But apparently, from what he said, is he's made it his own hat, and he does not directly. Like,
he's made it his own hat?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he does not directly support Trump, and he just wears the hat because it symbolizes peace. Except it doesn't really. It doesn't really. He's crazy. It symbolizes. It's like positivity, not peace. Positivity. Which, I mean, I can kind of see, but not really. It's not really the hat that you want to use for positivity. Make your own damn hat, Kanye.
You have the money.
You do have the money. You've got fucking...
Yeezys.
Yeah, Look, Kim Kardashian, you've paid for her ass at least 17 times. Don't even lie to me. Alright? You're just trying to keep it up now at this point. You put damn cement in there so it doesn't fucking
what are you talking
sag.
about? What the hell are you even talking about anymore?
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
We were talking about Kanye West, and now you're talking
he's
about...
married to Kim Kardashian.
He is?
You didn't fucking know that?
I don't fucking keep
God
up with the
damn
Kardashians.
it! You don't keep up with anything. That's very funny. You're hilarious. You don't know that fucking Kanye West is married to Kim Kardashian?
I don't even know. I don't know these things. I don't care about these things.
I don't either, but I fucking know it because of social stuff. I see it everywhere. On YouTube. Other than YouTube, not really.
I don't even see it on YouTube.
Jesus Christ. She looks disgusting. She doesn't even look human anymore.
She doesn't look human anymore?
No, have you seen a picture of her?
No, not since the last time that she was really popular, which is when there was that, like, half-naked picture of her.
Oh, yeah, her sex tape? Yeah, that got leaked. Did you know that?
Yes, I know about that.
I haven't watched it. Do you want to watch it right now?
Yeah, right now. Throw it up. Throw it up.
So we just watched Kim Kardashian. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm talking about the picture when it was like, Kim Kardashian broke the internet.
Except, yeah, it's because she can't fit her fucking fat ass onto
a dress.
Yeah. Have you seen the corsets she wears?
No.
It's disgusting. It is just disgusting. Like, it pushes her waist in so much that she looks unhuman. Like a doll. Here, I'm pulling up a picture of her. Look. Okay. Look at this picture. Okay? I'm gonna send it to you so you can put it on the podcast.
Okay.
That's not human, bro. None of her is real anymore. She's probably gotten so many face surgeries, fucking plastic surgery. She's gotten so many enhancements. And I think it's just gross. Like, why would you do that? Like, I know it's like, trying to look like a Barbie doll, except, no. Don't.
That's stupid.
Don't do that. That is unhealthy. You're setting an unhealthy example for little girls and women all across America. They're gonna try to look like you, but that's unrealistic. Unrealistic standards for women. And I know that sounds like a meme, but I'm serious. It's gross. And I mean, I know people are always like, why are they putting these super skinny anorexic girls on? I mean, this is controversial. On magazine covers, right? Those and like, you know, they're putting supermodels on there, right? Mm-hmm. You know, obviously fit girls who work to be fit. Unless, obviously, they're anorexic, and that's kind of a problem, obviously. But these girls work really hard to get that body, so they can be on the cover of these, of these magazines and whatnot. And I think that they should, not be, judged for it. Right, exactly. Because it's not, I mean, I know it's like not exactly normal, but they worked for their body. So it's not 100% unrealistic. But when you put up people like Kim Kardashian and, people with fake, assets. Fake assets on
that was
these...
the worst fucking joke.
It wasn't even a joke. I'm being serious. When they put people with like, fake tits or ass,
That's...
shut the fuck up. On a cover of a beauty magazine, I feel like that's unfair to women. I can't 100% speak for women, but I feel like that women should feel comfortable with how they look. And putting Kim Kardashian on these, Kim Kardashian, Iggy Azalea, I don't even know many people with, it's like extensive.
I didn't even know that I don't know anything.
Nicki Minaj, I guess. Putting these people.
Wow.
Yeah. Putting these people.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
I can see it. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting these people on like beauty magazines is not okay. And I think it's unhealthy for America. But there you go. We went from Kanye West to beauty magazines. So Kanye West is a pretty stupid guy sometimes. Some of his music is good. Some. I ain't saying she a gold digger. I'm not gonna repeat the rest of that song. But Jesus.
She ain't messing with no broke boy.
Broke boys.
Mm-hmm. Just doing what broke boys do.
Kanye's crazy though.
But going off of like, this is something that I thought of like while you were talking about that. It's like, and like when they put these, like anorexic women on the cover of the things, then you have that whole. That's where I think the whole people pretending to be anorexic and
Right.
striving to become anorexic so that they can become skinnier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or people pretending to have, like, self-diagnosing themselves
Right.
with, like, serious mental illnesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because they want...
They want that body. They want to look like that.
Or they want to be... I don't know why they do, but they want to have depression.
Yeah, well, I mean, depression, like, people faking depression, because you see it a lot in high school.
You see it a lot.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, online especially.
Yeah.
But people faking depression is them wanting attention. In my opinion. Some of it could be that they're just upset and they are like, oh, this is the best reasonable explanation for my upsetness is depression, and you're just kind of like, that's kind of stupid, isn't it? But yeah, I feel like the internet does a great job in spreading mental illness and unrealistic standards for everybody. Holy crap. Well, it's not really a comedy podcast right now, but...
Yeah, no, this one's really deep today. We're getting really fucking deep
It's
into
interesting.
This is
been
like
a long time.
This is a huge 180 from the last
Yes.
podcast.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last podcast, I think we talked about like Super Smash Brothers and shit like that. Like fucking, it's literally called like Smash Bros. Anime and karaoke, and we're over here talking about
ghosts and dead
like
people,
ghosts,
and
dead
then
people,
witches and
the afterlife,
sacrifices and
and then
standards
mental
for women
illnesses and standards for women.
What the heck? It's okay. I think it's interesting.
Yeah,
I think this is more.
I really like this one.
Yeah.
I really like the whole like sitting down and
Right.
actually having stuff to
conversation,
talk about,
yeah.
like an actual full-on conversation, like
Yeah.
an intelligent one.
Obviously, it's been a year, so we've matured at least a little.
Yeah, dick.
Pee-pee. Of course, there's still that side, but we don't talk about that.
What side?
The fucking 2 brain cell side.
You have 2?
I'm sorry, I took one of yours.
God damn! We're supposed to share it. We're supposed to have 1.5 each.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But that picture that was there earlier that I sent you of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
Who?
I showed you both of them. Shut the fuck up. Kanye apparently he looks like a janitor. Not like a janitor. He looks like a he just looks like a guy ready to work out. Alright? He looks like he's about to go on a workout run. He apparently he wore this stuff was to give Kim the spotlight. But when Kim is wearing something like that, I don't think you can take the spotlight off of her. It looks gross. I'm sorry, Kim. I know you try really hard, but you're not putting a good image in little girls' heads. And I know you're not gonna ever see this, but fucking stop. It's too much. And I mean that is what causes some mental diseases, illnesses for these young women. And you see it a lot in high school especially.
Yeah.
With these unhealthy standards. Here you go. I'm gonna send you the picture now. There you go. And I'm just gonna look at my camera roll and be like, what the fuck, Alex? Why do you have a picture of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? Kim Kardashian's like wearing this rose gold like naked outfit
You're just gonna be like
for the podcast.
masturbate
I was masturbating.
to Kanye.
Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi.
This is on anime too.
Holy shit. So,
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. This has been a good 50 minutes.
yeah, I think it's good. I think we should end it here before we get too goofy again.
Yeah, we're either gonna get into a really deep conversation. This podcast could go on for 2 hours. So I'm gonna be late for work, or
Shit.
it's gonna get dumb and it's going to ruin the whole mood of the podcast.
Exactly. So yeah, we're going to end it. It was nice. We had a great conversation today.
And it'll be another year until we do it again.
Yeah, exactly. See you again in 2020.
Bye.